All right, victim triangle. The victim triangle is a concept, a theory that was taught to me through one of my mentors, Dr. Divi. It's a concept that essentially is all of our unconscious behaviors that keep us stuck. And this is, studied for the last 40 to 50 years. And there are three roles. One of the roles is victim. Another of the roles is a bully, and the third role is a hero. And you can change hats whenever you want in this triangle. You can be all three hats for yourself. Once I go through this, you may start to realize like, oh yeah, wow, that plays out in like so many aspects of my life. A really simple example Divi uses all the time, it's really easy to relate to, is let's say I go to the scale and I step on it and I realize I'm 10 pounds heavier. That's me being a victim. Being a bully would sound like, I shouldn't have eaten that tub of ice cream last night, or I shouldn't have eaten all those chips last night, or that chocolate bar last night. Being a hero is that I'm going to go to the gym, I'm going to work this off until I lose that 10 pounds. So just in like a split second, I was all three roles for myself. So it's a really simple but relatable, kind of example. So we step into these unconscious patterns basically because it gives ourselves the chance for our unconscious needs to be met. And a lot of times this stems from childhood, which is a lot of the inner work that I, work with. Step one is always being aware of like catching, oh, there I go again, being a victim, a bully, or a hero. It's just being aware that you are, wearing the hat or in that role. Step two is stepping out, is making a conscious choice, really not to see anyone as a victim, yourself and or anybody else as a victim, and you simply choose to step out. So I'm aware that I'm doing the thing, and stepping out is essentially making a conscious choice to not be seeing anyone else as a victim. And maybe I'll just give a bit of an explanation around what these roles are, and just as you're listening to them, just see if you can identify with any kind of part of each of these roles. The victim sounds something like this, of like, poor me, I'm ashamed, please help me, feeling really powerless all the time. Oftentimes the victim energy is like, this person is doing this to me. Tends to like live in difficulty, walking around kind of like you're needing like kids gloves on, is kind of an analogy of denying responsibility, being really like sensitive to certain things. Oftentimes with the victim, as the victim gets like almost like pleasure out of being the victim, because they feel like they are not powerless, they don't deserve to be powerless, so they stay in this victim energy because that's how they feel loved. And so the thing that they need the most is self-responsibility, self-care, choosing to step out of powerlessness into leadership. So oftentimes like creating more of this like leadership role for the opportunity to step out of victim into more of this empowering kind of position. Knowing that you have a choice, like I have a choice to change. I am not powerless. And this could take years of repetitions of stepping out of this victim, or it can be as quick as that. Choosing, there I go again, being a victim again. I'm going to choose to step out. I'm going to choose not to sink into this like energy of being, this person is doing this to me, or I'm ashamed, or I need to be taken care of. It's just really stepping out of that and choosing to step into that role of not being a victim. The second one is hero and or rescuer. The hero tends to be someone around the lines of like, let me help you out, let me fix you, let me take care of you, let me help take care of you. It's like you don't actually want, this is quite powerful, is they don't actually want the victim to get better. So it's okay to help people, it's okay to be a caretaker, but it's when it's in the energy of you actually don't want the victim to get better because that's how you feel loved and validated, that's where this gets, really sneaky. And because essentially what that's doing is you never see the victim as being capable. You never see them being able to tend to themselves, to be able to do the things. So you keep that dynamic. You almost keep feeding that dynamic. where this usually comes from with the hero is your biggest fear will end up that you're alone. So if you don't have anyone to be the hero to, then you're going to be alone. No one's going to love you. No one's going to need you. And really your self-worth comes from doing things, and you end up burning yourself out. And so step one, again, is being aware. There I go again, like being in that hero energy of being the like knight in shining armor to like fix this or save this, and to not see a victim as victim. Again, you can still help, but it's the energy that you're helping somebody with is what the shift here is. And then the bully. The bully can sound, you know, something on the lines of like, it's all your fault, really hypercritical and hyper judgmental. You're in blame mode all of the time, and really like controlling and rigid and not open to like spontaneity and fluidity. Really with the bully, there's massive shame that's inside in this role. It often comes from a history of like being bullied yourself. Like maybe you've had past of being bullied, being made fun of, and oftentimes someone that was bullied in the past will end up bullying others. And this is kind of like the dominant need to blame others, because again, that's what you believe that you deserve. And so in order to shift this is again to take self-accountability. Shoot, there I go again being a bully. There I go again being really hypercritical and judgmental, and realize that you're doing it, and then choosing to step out, choosing to not do that thing, and to step out of that, that triangle. So there you go. There are the three roles: victim, hero, and bully. And just take a little bit of time and start to maybe realize, maybe this will kind of just invoke some curiosity within you. Maybe this is new news for some of you, and maybe this is like, I've already learned this before. There is information on the victim triangle online if anybody wants to like look it up in deeper detail. But I can tell you this, that once I've brought awareness to how these roles play out even in my life, it has really shifted on how I show up for myself and or different relationships that I'm in. Hope that helps.